Okay, back. Glad to see everybody behaved. What I want to know, it's so lovely outside. It is the perfect temperature outside, and my apartment complex has the goddamn heat on, and I'm just so frustrated. Anyway, so what I was thinking is now that that's come, we can, I think we're gonna do some of that stuff that I've been wanting to do. Hang on, so let's switch the title here. Quests. Cool. Sweet. Okay. Yeah. Need to start a fire. It's like 0 degrees UK out. Oh, yeah, no, start the fire. Wait, and Therum, did you start the fire? Or was it always burning? Okay, we're gonna do that, which means that I need to go to Crystarium. Yeah, it's lovely today. Hang on, let me see the temp today. It's 7. It's 7 degrees outside. It's lovely. It's perfect. But they've got the heat on. The heat's been on since I started streaming. And so, like, my computer gets really hot, and then I'm really hot. I'm just like, why? Why is the heat on? I'm so cold. We did have the trouble in the Suez. We did. I was thinking that last week. That's a cute outfit. Hang on, we're gonna... Oh, okay, she's wearing that. I see. Because, like, I was like, oh, that butt's really cute. I like the way that butt looks. And then I looked at the front, and I was like, oh, never mind. Okay. So I think we need to go over here, if I remember correctly. Just as long as Richard Nixon doesn't come back again, I think we'll be fine. But that person changed their name. One thing I love about this server is because I've been on it for a long time, especially when it was very, very small and only like the really people who really loved Final Fantasy were on this server, basically. I know a lot of the people. Okay. So there's Sarag and Taynor. There's Giot. Okay, so is it this guy that we talked to? It is. Okay, here we go. I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let's do it. There's that bitch. There she is. So. Okay. Well, if it isn't the great hunter herself. As if you don't know, all 4 of the Cogner Virtuos were laid low, all with your help. You're the talk of the stairs, Talia. When the night returned to Lakeland, we knew in our hearts that change was on the horizon. But never did I dare hope that you might help rid us of those terrible fiends. You've surpassed my wildest expectations. Aww. Not mine, Galnard. When I first laid eyes on her, I had an inkling that she was the hero we've been waiting to come along. Wait, is this her? Ha, easy to claim after the fact. If you'd indulge me, though, I would love to hear how it all played out. The hunting of the virtues, that is. My word, there's so much more to it than I realized. And there I thought you'd only have to track down the bloody things. Gods, though, the things you learned about the Warriors of Light, so many secrets and details lost to time. And for all their hard work and sacrifice, they somehow brought about the flood? Can't say I understand it at all, but it's a bloody tragedy it is. We should gather the others and toast their memories. Heroes of Eld, brave and true, to be remembered forevermore. Now, I'll thank you not to let your bleeding heart drive you to offer up a fortnight's stock of spirits. Attend to your other customers and let me speak with the hero of the here and now. She is. This is her, isn't it? This is her. Whatever would I do without your good sense and wisdom? Very well, I'll leave it to you to entertain her. But don't think we won't be having that drink someday. Talia, I must thank you for sharing with us such incredible tales. 'Tis only right I repay you in kind. With the ending, that is. With the story of the true villain who towers above the virtues, the devil more deserving of death than any that yet lingers in this world. If your curiosity has been piqued, then meet with me atop the balcony overlooking the crystalline mean. I'll be waiting there until you do. She's totally her. She's totally her. Oh, what? What? Hang on, though. Real talk, though. Real sec. We need to be a warrior. Here we go. Where are we going? How do we get there? Probably the launch, I'd imagine. You would think I would know the city better because it is kind of my favorite city now, but I don't. Why are these boxes steaming? Oh, I see. It's that. Okay, never mind. I was like, why are the boxes steaming? Alright. You came, as I knew you would. Never met a mystery you could leave well enough alone, or a demon that you could let live, am I right? And this demon is undeniably deserving of death, make no mistake. To cut them down would be just and proper, the act of a goodly person. And that is just what you are, I can see that. No need to be impatient or offended, my friend. But before you pass judgment on this villain, you need to first understand their part in everything. Who they were to the fallen warriors of light, for instance. Of course, right about now you must be wondering how I know what I know. What a tavern wench of all people has got to do with any of this. Let me tell you then. I am the one who brought together the virtue hunters. I am the one who marked you as potential ally to them and bade you join them in their quests. I alone knew what had to be done, and what sort of sinner would be needed to see this tale of tragedy and betrayal brought to an end. But come, we have many moms ahead of us still, to Calusia and the Codger's Crook. I will go on ahead and wait for you there. It's her. It's her. I just don't know how she fits in, because I don't think she's an Ascian. She'd have to be a minor Ascian. But like... Kinda glad I put the trousers on Talia, actually. Oh, look, she changed clothes. Interesting. You're accustomed to life on the road, I see. As am I. Do you recognize this place? I thought you might. It is here where it began, where Ardbert first met Lamet. Still young and lacking in experience, but possessed of so much potential. Heroes in the making. Even then, the keen-eyed could see. They would only fulfill that promise much later, though, after joining with their other dear companions Brandon and Renderay. And one other, an elven woman, Not half bad with a sword. Ah, but perhaps you were already asking the question who? There were 5 warriors of light in all, but she would make 6. Indeed, after adding in Nilebert, there does seem to be one too many. But believe me when I say there was indeed a 6th adventurer lost to history, and her name was Silva. It is her. Interesting. Though I doubt I need convince you of this truth. When you walked in the Virtue's memories, you saw her time and time again, did you not? This bitch! Then you saw the true villain, the traitor responsible for all their woes. Let us continue the story elsewhere, to Amarang and the Fields of Amber. This bitch. She's just gonna make me travel all over the freaking place, isn't she? Ugh. They showed the person who traveled the world to take pictures of the ground, like for places like Crackshell Bees. Really? That's amazing. I want that job. Yoshi P, pay me to travel around the world and take pictures of the ground. That'd be a great job. I've been to their headquarters a couple times, actually. Actually, more than a couple times. I went to Artnia quite a bit because they had nice pancakes. I'm not saying that I would go just to get Moogle pancakes, but that's awesome. That's so cool. You saw the true villain's face in their memories, and I told you her name in Calusia. It's you. I'm not stupid. But what were her crimes, you ask? Hearken to my tale and you will learn. Silva had joined the others before they met Nilebert. After their party of 5 came to this place, they took on a commission to slay a powerful beast that had taken up residence in the mines. Said beast was believed to be the instigator of ever more terrible tremors, and so time was of the essence. But during their hurried search, they crossed paths with a future companion, then a competitor aiming to usurp their prize. After another tremor triggered by the beast trapped them all underground, they had no choice but to work together to lay it low. But to their dismay, even after its death, the earth continued to shudder violently. As the adventurers looked to each other in confusion, Nilebert strode towards the beast's body and grabbed hold of a curious stone, a stone brimming with untold aether, that he had sought out, that he might harness its potential to rescue a loved one lost to the rift. But so powerful was the stone that it warped the flow of the life stream. Its very existence was a threat. And so, when faced with the choice between one life and countless others, Nilebert wept and shattered the stone. He had held his comrade's salvation in his hand and cast it aside for the greater good. For his sacrifice, he was judged a hero, and in that instant, a warrior of light was born. In life, Nilebert was a pragmatic figure, whose wisdom and sagacity were admired by all. Little wonder that in death he would retain his virtue. I hate this expression. But as Nilebert mourned the friend he forever lost, the betrayer Silva looked on in silent contentment, for they had taken the first step on their path towards becoming heroes brave and true. His sacrifice had sparked the transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come. What ritual, you may wonder? Fear not, all will come clear in time. Come with me to Raktika, to the city of swamps. We must retrace the steps, as they were taken to understand the depths of her treachery. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's cool. I love this game. I'm so upset that I'm not in Japan anymore because, like, I used to go to the cafe all the time, both cafes, and they keep putting out new stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I really wish I was back home. Okay, got distracted, sorry. Such a good song. Ah, boo, Fate music. Like, if the people watching did not just start going, then they're incorrect. This place is familiar to you too, no? From days recent and long since past. After the events of Amarang, Ardbert and his comrades drew in fame, spurring others to entreat their aids. The adventurers sought out greater and greater challenges, and in pursuit of another they came to Raktika. While here, the hunter Rendoray learned that the notorious mark Balaam Keats was near, and so, under cover of darkness, she slipped away from the others to slay the beast herself. Like Nilebert before, of course, you already know what her motive was. Balaam Keats had robbed her of her fellow hunters. Only vengeance would redress the balance. Moreover, she would not dare risk the lives of her new comrades, so terrified was she of the mere possibility that she might have to relive that terrible day. And so she faced Balaam Keats alone, and would have surely died for it had Ardbert and the others not arrived in time to help. Like Nilebert before, of course, you already know what happened next. For her love, her conviction, and her resolve, she was chosen by Heidelin. And from that day forward, Rendoray swore never again to betray her comrades' trust, to share with them the triumphs and the tragedies, to relinquish the freedom she had once held in the highest. The bravest, most courageous hunter that ever was. That moment would define what she would become in life, and in death. Her sacrifice would hasten the transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come. The betrayer Silva looked on, yet more satisfied. They were oblivious to her machinations, unaware that they were dancing to her tune. Their journeys continued, and so must ours, to Ilmeg and Laigaya. I realize that you're the hoe. Do we need to keep doing this? Do we need to keep doing this? Are you the... like, I'll just chop your head off now if you want. I mean... bitch. I'm assuming... are we going Pla Any or Lidralon? We'll go Lidralon. Also a song that I had on repeat when this game came out. Ugh, so good. So good. Ooh, it's raining. Oh, that's cool. I've not seen that weather here. Nice. Where am I going right now? Where are we going? Did I go? Oh no, okay. as beautiful now as it was then. You saw it too, would you not agree? With the death of Balam Keats, the legend of Ardbert and his comrades had grown larger than ever. Thus emboldened, they came to the kingdom of Vobert. Vobert had long been troubled by what some had dubbed a magical plague. Innocents found transformed into misshapen fiends that the kingdom's knights had no choice but to put down ere the contagion spread. Brandon had been one such knight. In his youth, he had served the Princess Saldia faithfully, only to be cast out for a single mistake. Thus did he take to the road where he met Ardbert and the others. Having grown stronger and wiser and more respected, Brandon felt it was time to return and redeem himself, and with the aid of his comrades, he did just that. Todrick, the court mage, was unmasked as the mastermind of Vobert's misery, and by disgraced knight's blade was he brought to justice. But with his dying breath, Todrick cursed the Princess Saldia, sentencing her to a fate worse than death. At her behest did he raise up his blade, and for the sake of the kingdom strike down his liege lady. With that single stroke, he forever changed, though nearly not in the way that was necessary. He stood at the precipice and almost forsook his compassion for unflinching judgment, but mercifully turned aside at the last. Thus did he find and embrace true justice, that which weighs law and heart together and strives for the greater good. 'Tis a long, difficult road from which many stray, settling for simple moralities. But I would expect no less of the man who came. Word. Can't say that one. His sacrifice would strengthen the transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come. As her companions grew ever more powerful, so too did the betrayer Silva. Bit by bit, they brought her closer to her goal. But it was not yet finished. To Calusia they returned, and so must we. Tomra and the next chapter of our tale wait. Do we need to keep moving around? Can you just tell me the rest of the story? No? Okay. I'm just gonna take her head off. It's that simple. Like, have an axe, she has a head, she needs to be rid of her head, and I need to be rid of the people who made Ardbert and friends suffer. It's simple. Slowly but surely, the adventurers were fulfilling their potential. Word of their deeds in Vobert spread like wildfire, and their legend grew even larger. But for all their success, the fledgling heroes would be forced to endure more hardship and welcome more sacrifice. They pressed deeper into the depths of Raktika, towards ancient Ronka. 'Twas there that the dwarf Lamet came to a crossroads, for in claiming the magic she desperately desired, she'd be forced to renounce something equally precious. Dwarves are a reclusive lot, wont to withdraw from the world, so that their many traditions might be preserved in isolation. When the stone blight began to spread, they chose to lock away the afflicted and refuse to seek outside help. But Lemit would not abide this. She vowed to save her ailing kin, her sister among them, even if it meant violating dwarven law. With her newfound power, she returned and cured the sick, and for this she was banished by the Council of Elders. This came as no surprise, for she had made her peace with it long before. When she stood in that ancient ruin and called upon the forgotten guardians to grant her forbidden knowledge, she knew then what the price would be. She had weighed her traditions and identity against the lives of those she loved and made her choice, and though it pained her terribly in ways that only a dwarf could understand, and Heidelin, it would seem. Through hardship and sacrifice was a new warrior of light forged, a healer that knew more than any the value of life, and would do anything to see it preserved, even in death. Her sacrifice would nearly complete the transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come. Very soon then. Very soon. For Ardbert and his comrades had stumbled upon evidence of the larger design, threads linking together the disparate troubles of the realm. A name spoken only in whispers, the Shadowkeeper. A singular force sowing chaos and discord throughout Norvrent and to an unknown end. If the Warriors of Light truly wished to save their world, then they would need to confront this villain amongst villains. And at the end of their exhaustive search, at the end of their struggle, who do you think they found waiting to welcome them with open arms? The answer to that awaits us in Lakeland, our final destination. The villain yet walks among us, Talia, unknown and unpunished. Go on ahead and wait for me at the Laxon Loft. There are preparations which I must first attend. 'Cause it's you! Gonna chop your head off. Just look. Look. I initially didn't like Ardbert and Co., but they have grown on me to a way that, like, I can't describe. So, alright, we're going to Lakeland. Why did I open my map? We're going to Lakeland. Go here. Oh yeah, okay. It's raining here too. Interesting. I've always wondered if, like, the weather has a legitimate pattern. And so because we're close to the fairy zone, that's why it's raining here? I don't know. Are we going up? Yeah. They're just... Oh, there's just a dead dude right there. Okay, that's fine. Just dead people. It's fine. Where are we? Was this ever used in the story? Have we ever been here before? Huh. Oh, my neighbor's being really loud. Ah! You're a dark paladin? Look, because they've got a shield on their back. Damn you, Silva! We were comrades in arms! Friends! That we were, and that we are. Everything I said, everything I felt, was all true. You mean the world to me. You're the bloody Shadowkeeper! What in the hells was this for? For you, for every one of you, to forge you into heroes worthy of her blessing, so that she might choose you as her champions. A ruthless mage consumed by the pursuit of power to save his friend no matter the cost. By his sacrifice, a warrior born. A mournful hunter scarred by tragedy resolved never again to trust in others. By her sacrifice, a warrior born. a disgraced knight who yearned to steal his heart in justice's name. By his sacrifice, a warrior born. A troubled healer torn between tradition and love. By her sacrifice, a warrior born. And their leader, an adventurer with a heart overflowing with love for his dearest comrades, who now must bring his axe to bear against his own. By his sacrifice, a warrior born. I am the villain you seek, the keeper of shadows from a world shrouded in dark. By our struggle will this world be shattered and its soul saved. Pause. Is she from the 13th? In a world shrouded in dark, so she's from the 13th. She's not an Ascian. She's like our friend in Minfilia's chamber. Silva! Oh, okay. Are we fighting? Are we fighting right now? Oh, no, okay. I vaguely remember it. I don't know. Saw it all, did you? I thought you might. Mother's gift has a knack for showing us exactly what we need to see. If not what we want to, or when. They knew me as Silva. But my real name? It doesn't matter. Like you, I am not of this world. I crossed the rift and came to the first. My home, the 13th, fell to dark in a calamity that mirrored the one which nearly claimed this world. I was one of several heroes who failed to save it. Aw, what? The boy... Oh, what though? The boy, Unul Kalhai, I have glimpsed him in your memories. He was a friend. Like him, I heeded the words of the Ascians, and, that I might redress the balance, I chose to come here and hasten a rejoining of worlds. A shard subsumed by dark demands a mirror of blinding light. Primordial forces will strive to achieve equilibrium. But there was a solution, a single solution, I believed. Were a flood of light to consume this shard in its entirety, it would be of no use. The Ascians made it clear it must be brought to the brink, but no further. The task was difficult, but the plan simple. Souls predisposed to light, fledgling heroes in the making, I would bring together Ardbert and his comrades and groom them for a higher purpose. I would play the part of comrade and guide their course, all while laboring in secret to pit stronger and stronger enemies against them, until finally, once they were warriors of light, brave and true, I would reveal myself as a warrior of darkness and extinguish their radiance forever. Thus would this place be primed for a rejoining, and the source for a calamity. The Ascians who called themselves Mitrin and Logrif were confident it would succeed, and indeed Ardbert and the others rose to the occasion, as I knew they would. It was not to be. I had misjudged Ardbert. His comrades before him had made their sacrifices in turn, and as their mirror I had grown stronger for it. Had he but embraced his role and struck me down, victory would have been mine. But Ardbert, dear Ardbert, would not forsake his heart. In the end, he chose mercy. He chose love. And I was undone. The rest you know. He sought out Mitran and Loghif and granted them what he refused me. They accomplished everything they set out to achieve. And then the flood came and washed it away. In the wake of my betrayal, I would look on from the shadows and reflect on my many sins as all fell to ruin. Denied death then and now, and perhaps ever after, as a fragment of my essence endures. But then, one day many years ago, my fallen comrades rose again as the cardinal virtues. It coincided with the arrival of the first scions, I later realized. A defense against the forces being marshaled to undo my failure. I can but assume the Ascians planted the idea in Volthru's head. They were his creations, after all. And with their graves in Yulmorian territory, it was doubtless a simple matter to have their bodies exhumed and prepared. Who am I to speak, you may think when I say this, but when I saw these abominations he had wrought in their image, I was filled with such despair, such anger. I cannot unwrite the past. My soul is stained with blackest sin, and I would not pretend that it can ever be otherwise. But this act, this I could not ignore. If the Ascians were going to such lengths, then surely others would cross the rift in due time, and so I hatched a plan. I would assume the guise of Ciela, and take up residence in the Crystarium, where I would take measures to bring together the most ambitious of adventurers, individuals driven by more than mere coin, virtue hunters. That way, when the enemy the Ascians feared more than any came to the first, the stage would be set. They would join in the hunters' quests, and together unmake Volthru's simulacra, and lay their souls to rest once more. And so you did, Talia. The virtues are no more. But the one untimely, ultimately responsible for their creation, the devil who set them on their doomed path, lingers still. You know all there is to know of the heroes who saved this world. The truth I kept hidden in the shadows is yours, and there is no more secrets to share. And so I ask you now to grant me that which Artbrook could not. Death. No, don't do this. Don't spare me like he did. How can you stand there and say I deserve to live, knowing everything I did, the lives I destroyed, the chaos I wrought, the Warden's pale in comparison? Surely there is no greater villain than the Shadowkeeper. Twould be for my own benefit, that I cannot deny. And if I'm to indulge in one final act of selfishness, you'll make me do it myself, won't you? Make me confront the cowardice of it, the ugly truth that I'd rather run away than seek atonement. Perhaps I may yet find purpose in preserving my comrade's legacy, and helping others to understand the sacrifices that made them true heroes. For now, I shall turn to the Crystarium and continue to assist Glynard, while spreading the forgotten tales of the Warrior of Light. You would have been good friends, you and Artbert, in another life. Maybe you and I as well. What she doesn't know is that Artbert and I are bros. And Artbert's hanging out with me at the moment. But, you know. That's good, actually. That was really good. Interesting. So she is linked to that kid. Fascinating. Oh, I need to go on Talion and do all this again. Because, again, it's been years since I've done this stuff. So, like, interesting. Can I just get in up here, or do I need to go down there? Oh, sweet. Okay. Neighbors are slamming around again. I really hate that we just have to slam everything. Like, There's no shutting the doors gently or anything. No, we've got to slam everything. It's fantastic. I wonder if there's more to this. I tell you, I am not at all accustomed to wearing armor any longer. Simply moving about in it is enough to tax my strength. And fighting? Ugh. Any one of Captain Lena's recruits could probably put me flat on my back. Fortunately, I needn't rely on my sword to spread the truth of my fallen comrades' deeds. Only words in the passage of time will see their legacy redeemed in the eyes of the people. Thank you for accompanying me on my journey of remembrance, Talia. May your deeds ever be remembered and celebrated, as all heroes deserve. Oh, she has more. Huh. Sila seems surprised, though not displeased to see you. If it isn't Talia, loitering about the stairs just like any old evening. And here I was worried you'd gone back to your world for good, and I was too late. It's just that I've been thinking about the crystals belonging to the Warriors of Light. I hear they ended up with you, after you lot defeated the Virtues. I assume you have Aardvarts as well? That does seem appropriate. His bond with Seto is deep and enduring. As for the others, I had hoped you might be persuaded to leave them in my care. It was only right that they, like Aardbert, should accompany you on your journey to set this world back on its proper course. Yet you now have a home that you must return to, while the first is theirs. After all they did to keep it safe, they deserve to be here to see what the future holds. Oh, don't make that face. I know it's a big decision, but it needn't fall entirely to you. There are others here who care for the Warriors' Light as much as you. Aren't there? In 5.4? Is that why? I thought there was just like the one, but apparently there's more. I'm in for it. I'm in for it. Let's go. Hi, Giat. How are you? Ah. Now that's some damn fine ale. How many should I order for you? I know you ain't much of a drinker, so 6? 7? What? You want to help sadden the fate of Lammett's Crystal? And the others too? Does this place have any bigger tankards? Well, if you insist, Lou Reek owes me a drink. Drinks, plural, so I'll make sure he joins us. Maybe find Granson while I'm at it. You go on and wait with Sarah Container. Order around while I'm out, you hear? Giat's got a southern accent. Don't ask me why. Hey, kiddo. Yeah, seems excited. Should I be concerned? Good to see you, Talia. What did you say has Giat so worked up? The crystals, huh? That does sound like a conversation worth getting everyone together for. Did Lurik really promise to pay for Giat's drinks? That's a disaster in the making. Not just hers, the rounds for the lot of us. Might be that lad yet has a few things to learn about coin and the scarcity thereof. Still, I'll not turn down his generosity. Go and tell the barkeep we'll be needing food and ale for the table. Fine, but please try to exercise some restraint. I'll not carry you back to the room again. Here we are. How much of a head start did you get? Should I ask him to bring out the cask? I reckon we should hear Talia out first. It's the whole fam, though. I love it. So, you're telling me that barmaid was one of Nalbert's companions, not to mention the Shadowkeeper, and from a different world? That's laying it on a bit thick. It certainly raises questions. Quite. Such as how she retains her youthful visage. Not that. I had my suspicions about her. The other night I was at the counter, quaffing my ale, having a grand time, and next I realized I'm outside without a guild to my name. And it ain't the first time. It could only be the power of the Shadowkeeper. And not that you drink enough to fell a smart army? If what Talia says is true, I'm inclined to believe it, which leaves us with the matter of entrusting the crystals to her. She's right that this was Brandon's home, the others too, and it's home to their most important memories. Not all of them good, maybe, but everyone they loved is laid to rest here. I agree. Nalbert belongs here. Arbert's crystals with Seto in this world. Lamet would want to be near. Rend away as well, I think. She'd want to be with her friends in that place she loved. It seems we all agree. A toast, then, to the Warriors of Light. Oh boy. Why is Grandson not drinking? Drink up, I'm paying, and as bounty hunters, I expect you all to take proper advantage of that. I hate to disappoint, but I'm not much one for alcohol. This juice looks nice, though. Ah, that's wine, friend. Ah, that's not... I love that I'm fine. How did you manage this? Twice the mess in half the time as normal patrons, I swear. I overheard your conversation, by the way. Do you agree with your friends? Oh, brilliant. Oh. I love it. Their legacies are safe with me. You have my word. Oh, they kind of glow now. Thank you. I can feel them. Their memories. Why? Why, damn it? You're all just like Ardbert. I betrayed you. I manipulated you, and still. You thought of me as a comrade, a friend, until the very end. Alright, that was good. That was cute. I'll take it. I did warn you. My head. Everyone else still here? Oh, Lurik's over there. Hang on. Let's go check on everybody real quick. Oh, I actually really like that. That was a good ending. Why are these gentlemen just like in Lurik? There's just two big boys in Lurik. Hi, how are you? A week's worth of earnings. How is this possible? Amazing. This is why I don't drink. Buddy. Me neither, buddy. I don't really drink either. How you doing, Gyat? Whew. Can't remember the last time I was so drunk. Or any other times neither, but that ain't important. A successful sousing calls for a celebratory ale. Have you ever considered you have a problem? No? Okay. We finally managed to clean up after you lot, for the most part. Perhaps next time we should set down a tarpaulin. Nevertheless, I'm grateful for you for entrusting these to me. And as long as I live, I will never stop sharing the true tale of the Warriors of Light. Of my friends. There's more? Yes, give me this story. Heck yeah. Silas not finished with you yet. Oh shit. Okay, let's go. Seeing the lot of you together like that, it reminds me of the old days. Ardbert and the rest, drinking and bickering and laughing, drove each other half mad at times, but there was never any reason, or there was never any question of who'd be there when the times got tough. Can't help but wonder, can I? If I'd companions like that back home, could it have been saved? I'm not the only one who tried, though each of us stood alone. There was Unukalhai. That nigh unpronounceable name sounds familiar. No, he was working with Elidibus. Yes, he, too, was one would-be savior of the 13th, and was spared his fate demise by the Ascian devices. We spoke once, at the destruction of our world. If the others could be saved, we thought, we yet had parts to play. What's he up to now that Elidibus is gone, though? I have no idea. Has he found himself a new role as I have? Or does he feel as adrift as we were back then? If you encounter him in the source, I ask that you help him find a way forward, just as he has helped us all here. Are we gonna... Obviously the boy can't take a work in a tavern, but there must be some means to start him towards a new goal. He's just been hanging out forever. But he was a side quest. I wonder how this works out for people who did not do that side quest. Because they were side quests, the Warring Triad. Oh, fascinating. Where is he at right now? Is he in the Waking Sands still? Is he in the Waking Sands or is he in Mordona? I think he's in the Waking Sands. Hang on. Do I have a teleport? No. I don't remember. I think he's here. I think. Let's get on the bear. Oh, wrong way. I forgot I could fly again. Oh, every time. Every time. I'm still so unaccustomed to being able to fly in A Realm Reborn that I forget, like, all the time. Also, can we go up here now? Is this a thing we can get up on now? Oh, it is. Neat. You have to have done Warring Triad for this to show up. Oh, okay. So, like, you wouldn't even... You would have gotten the end quest, right? Where we just did it, where she, like, reveals herself, but then nothing else, I take it? Or the crystal one, and then you wouldn't get this. Because she does mention Urukalhai in the... little guy. In the last one. But this one shop, interesting. Because it is a side quest. Oh, fascinating. It makes me wonder the things that I've missed with the side quests I have not done. Oh, he's not here. He must be in the... Is he in the other one? Oh, he's in the Rising Stones. Oh, derp, the freaking thing even told me. Oh, Talia, what are you doing with your life? Hi, Yoshi P. How are you? You were diligently not backseating, and there you let me go all the way out there. I should have just read the quest text. Honestly, it's my own fault. Wait. Where's the boy? Hi, kiddos. How are you? Is he in here? I mean, no, don't. I know where Unumulumulumula is, but I'm just trying to see if my boy was here. But apparently not. He must be in the other room. Okay, well, I'm not gonna go in there. I'm gonna go over here. Gotta go see my boy. Hey, buddy. Hey, how are you? I got stuff for you. Why are they both white-haired and purple eyes? Is that just like what the 13th was? Or is this like the process of them being saved from darkness? Well met, Talia. What brings you here today? Urianger did apprise me of your travels in the first, and what became of Elidibus at long last. But I was not aware you were working with Silva. I consider her a comrade of sorts, though our time together was short. Looking upon the twisted remains of the world you tried to save creates a bond that few can understand. At that time, we spoke of what we could hope to achieve with our newfound immortality, and of our regrets. Though I then believed what had happened to be the natural result of my age and inexperience, I now think this was merely the least painful explanation I could offer myself. Silva's right. We ought to have sought each other out before it was too late. I would not make the same mistake again. With the warring triad gone, I am indeed in need of a new purpose, but to seek it alone is folly. I should like to speak with Silva, assuming such a thing is possible. As I mentioned, she understands how I feel more than any other. Of course, all I require is your soul. You speak of the spirit vessel, correct? The means by which the Scions have returned to the source. If I understand the principles at work correctly, then it was a near miracle that you succeeded in bringing them back without killing them. If Elidibus is to be believed, however, my current state makes me something of an exception in matters of life and death. In which case, there is not to be lost from making the attempt. Please, say you'll help. Am I making a phone call right now? I'm the one using the Link Pro right now? That's never happened before. Oh, hey, Urianger. Pray, forgive the delay. Thou didst seeketh my counsel. Aye, the gifts granted young by Heidelin and the Aslians may prove a boon in easing the transition. However, I know not what to extent, nor what might befall thy spirit should it be lost betwixt worlds. Nevertheless, I know this is my path forward. Please, Urianger. Very well. If thou believest that thou shalt find new purpose in the first, I will do all in my power to see thee safely there. We shall be but a few moments. Mayhap a worthy tome might keep thee occupied whilst I perform the necessary magics. Urianger throwing shade. Go read a book! Why is that a decent spot? Why can't I wait over there? There's a chair over there, game. "'Tis done. Pray guard his vessel well." Unukalhai is as I and the other scions were on the first, a soul with form, yet no true body. Thus 'twas a simple matter to transfer him to the vessel using the selfsame process as before. To withdraw his essence once across the rift ought to prove similarly straightforward. However, I fear that such an existence cannot sustain itself indefinitely. Look to the Asians' example. Their persistent use of flesh and blood vessels surely hath cause. Be it danger akin to that which would have befallen us, had we not returned to the source, I know not. But the time may come when the boy requireth a fully corporeal form. Should this come to pass, I trust thou shalt come to his aid. For the moment, however, thou needest only convey the spirit vessel to Becklug. Farewell, both of thee. Right, so Talia, the kid is like a spirit, and eventually you're gonna need to find a body for him. You know, you kill plenty of people, Talia. You can just put them in a body there. Hi, Fegan. How are you? He's basically like, Talia. You have to kill a man, put the kid in the body. Like, oh, okay, great. So, I'm being buzzed. What am I being buzzed about? Okay. It's fine. There's our boy. Okay, hang on. We have to say hello. Hi, Kahatia. Hang on. Okay. Actually, hang on. And we'll just blow a kiss to Ishtola. Because she knows I love her. Okay. All right. Back to the first. I promise I wasn't stalling. I'm doing okay. I'm trying to finish off some quests that I've been meaning to do. I didn't take a detour to blow a kiss at my favorite character. No. Alright, where's Becklug? Oh, he's way down there, is he? Okay, interesting. Boop. Okay. Boop. He's above us. I still want this in my house. Someday, when I make billions of money being hot, fancy doctor streamer. That's a thing, right? I'm gonna have myself a library like this, and it's going to be fantastic. That's never gonna happen, I know, but you know. Back again, are you? I'm flattered that you've grown so fond of Norvrent. Or I would be. But you have that expression you lot always wear when you're about to ask me for something. Best not tell anyone else about this, lest you suddenly find yourself at everyone's first choice in Innerworld Ferry services. Oh no. You did what? After all of the perils your friends faced and the labors we undertook to return them to your world, you've brought another soul across the rift? Have you no common sense? Nope. It's fine. Just work your magics, whichever. It's fine. Can I hold it? Nope. Clearly. Nevertheless, for my own peace of mind, I'll assume you have a compelling reason for this. Removing the spirit from a vessel will be easy enough, I suppose. However, it requires a few moments without your breathing down my neck. Also, your friend is unlikely to materialize with clothes on, so I doubt they'll want an audience. You should wait here. Perhaps take the opportunity for some self-reflection? Oh, very well. At least I tried. We'll find you at the Wandering Stairs directly then. Man, first Urianje's like, how about you fucking read a book? And now Becklug's like, maybe you should do a bit of reflection in there, Talia. Are they saying I have a problem? Doctors don't have time to stream? Well, I mean, I'm theoretically busier now than I probably will be as a doctor. And I'm still streaming. Not consistently, mind, but I am streaming. Why am I running? It was a good line, honestly. I love Becklug. I'm gonna be so sad that we're not gonna be in the first. I'm actually very sad about that because I like the first. Where are we going? Where are we going? I've forgotten where we're going. Are you going here? Yeah. Besides, maybe I'll go into like one of the doctor roles that isn't going to require me 24/7, and then I will have work-life balance. But then I won't be like, well, I'm not going to, let's be honest, I'm not going to make money ever. But, you know. You want me to speak with someone? Very well, you've done the same at my request often enough. Well, I brought you a friend. How long are we meant to wait for this friend of yours? I do have work to do, you know. Ah, here you are. Pardon the delay. It took some time to acquire robes of an appropriate size. Is this them? Ooh. Silva. What? Unokalhai. It is... Ooh, indeed, it is I. Trust me, I can hardly believe that I'm here myself. I should think so. When I sent Talia to ask after you, it never occurred to me that you might be able to cross the rift without Asian aid. No mysterious mask. My choices and my reasons are my own now. If I am to have faith in them, in myself, I cannot hide who I am. Speaking of which, Unokalhai was kind enough to fill me in, unlike some, and I was interested to hear what of an erstwhile hero of the 13th serving libations in the Wandering Stairs. But that this hero should be you surpasses the scope of even my considerable imaginations. Was that you at Griernizlicht so long ago? Not so long to me, or you mayhap, though I had thought I might last put those days behind me. But perhaps this is for the best. They're not all bad memories. They never are. I should very much like to hear your story, should you be willing to share it. Our world, like this one, had its share of would-be heroes, myself and Unokalhai among them. Unlike your warriors of light, however, each was unaware of, or unconcerned with, our fellows. But to fight alone is to fall alone, and the insidious aether of the Auracite used to seal primals corrupted once noble souls and turned them, one by one, to darkness. Excuse me? Auracite used to seal primals? Really? Even those who resisted this fate could not escape its consequences. No surprise, perhaps, as we continued to struggle in solitude. We were spared by Asian machinations, but only as our world met its death. But what if that death could be undone? I was told that much of the first was consumed by light, as our home was by darkness. Yet balance and life are being restored to even that scoured land that they call the empty. If such a thing is possible, then why not the reverse? Could we not bring light back to the 13th? Even the Asians considered the 13th lost. Thus it was excluded from rejoining. But what say you? You have a way of making miracles happen. The world of darkness was not in a state I consider salvageable. I mean, do they know I've been there? Do they know I've been to the 13th? That doesn't sound like an empty platitude coming from you. It was the same with Ardbert. Pardon the interruption. Might I suggest a closer examination of the conditions on the 13th before we can come to any conclusions? Well, I mean, we know how to do that, so... Have you lost your head? The Crystal Tower is not a toy, and you are not to use it to unleash great and terrible void sent upon this world. According to the records, there was a group who worked out how to open small void gates, through which to summon minor fell beasts and the like. Magics of that nature should work, though I am unsure if any knowledge of the original technique yet live. Oh. Yeah, the kid does. The kid knows how to do that. How fortunate! Let us inquire with this Tainor immediately. Yes, you do that. In the meantime, I will ready a means for peering into the depths of the void without endangering ourselves. Use these to contact me when you've prepared to open the gate. A link pearl? I got plenty of those. Give me some more. Let me just shove more link pearls into my ear. We shall. At the very first opportunity, I promise. You are not to use it to unleash great and terrible void set. Again, look, I didn't use it to unleash great and terrible void sets. I went into it to get rid of the great and terrible void sets. Okay, and I only did it the one time. It was only once, right? There may have been a dog and a face. You know, it was fine. It was fine. It was fine. It all worked out. It worked out fine. He hasn't really aged a day. Not that it surprised me of all people, but... I like your outfit, kiddo. What a fascinating place to spend one's days. I should love to hear more about the patrons that have passed through. Better than being locked in a closet, right, kiddo? Hey, kid. It's always a pleasure, Talia. Aye, but who's your friend? I don't believe we've met. We have not, as I'm not from this world. The situation is rather complicated, but I hope you might be willing to assist me. Are we really gonna go save the 13th? Aw, I'm jamming for it, yeah. You know what? It is true that we have the means to open such portals. We call them hollows, and it was through one of these that I was drawn into the rift. So it is possible. Not with my power alone. I understand the greatness of your need, and were Nilebert still at my side, I should be glad to make the attempt. But the technique required the combined force of our energies in resonance. If one person's magics are insufficient, perhaps I could assist. From what I can sense, our ethereal reserves are roughly equivalent, and our physical similarities suggest our energies are not incompatible. I fear you underestimate the difficulty of the task. Nilebert and I were born for this, and even so it took us years before our efforts were perfectly in step. I realize it's a lot to ask considering we've just met, but could we not at least attempt it? Yours is the only such magic I've ever heard of. And if we might actually be able to save my home. Friend, the Crystal Tower shot me there a couple years ago. May I interject? You will recall these crystals in my possession preserve the memories of the former Warriors of Light, including Nalbert's in ethereal form. And Unukalhai here has a particular talent for interpreting the minds and motives of ethereal beings, the primals. If I could apply the same principles to interpret Nalbert's crystal, an experiment worth trying in the least, I'll fetch it. Speak to me, Nalbert. Do his memories of training with Tainor remain? They do, and such strong sentiment within them. Tainor, you should know that Nalbert desired nothing more, nothing so much as to rescue you, his dearest friend. He held so fiercely to his memories of the technique you mastered together, because he hoped they might be your salvation. Oh, Nalbert, I won't let them go to waste. I will do what I can to see the 13th restored. Thank you. I won't pretend I understand the half of what's going on here. Just keep them from running headlong into anything too dangerous, would you? Nothing to worry about so long as you're around, I'm sure. Wicked white, I nearly forgot. I have a half dozen order to fill. You know where to find me when you've made progress with the gaze. They're gonna have to make the Warring Triad required. Are we just... Here's the thing. I'm actually gonna live for this if this is the case. We're gonna go to the moon. We're gonna fight, you know, big angry Crystal Boy and all that jazz, and Mr. Boy and all that jazz. But, like, I don't give a shit about that. I want to go to the 13th. I want to save the fucking 13th. Let's go! Let me save the 13th. I mean, I realize it's gonna be a side plot and these guys are gonna do it, but, like, I want to save the 13th. Fuck Garlean, so I don't care about that. I don't care about Mr. whatever he is. Don't care about that. Nice. If you have no objective, Tainor, I would like to practice creating hollows as soon as possible. Of course, but not within the Crystarium. If we succeed in opening the smallest window into that realm, it is likely that fell creatures will emerge. Follow me. You're not gonna go with them. You're just gonna... Okay. Alrighty then, where are we going? By the Exarch Gate. Okay, fine. You know what, we'll just run. I also want to point out that the last time we summoned great and terrible demons, it was Graha's fault. I'm just saying. It wasn't my fault. I was just along for the ride. Okay? I was just there with the big old axe. Was I there with the axe? Technically, I was still there with a big old book at the time. Same thing. Boop. Oh, there's a Treebeard. Hi, Treebeard. Okay, we're going over here. Okay, guys. What are you doing? There you are. Please tell Tainer we can begin. Assuming no one ventures near, this location should be suitable. Unukalhai, when I give the word, begin channeling your aether. Nalabert's memories will have told you as much, but it is imperative that you maintain focus on our ethereal resonance throughout this process. With that in mind, Talia, I ask that you take care of any creatures that emerge from the hollow. They should not be of a strength to challenge you, and it will allow us to adjust our tune without risk. Let us begin. Oh, don't worry. They won't be difficult. Famous last words. Out comes like a big old boy. Come on, flow where I tell you. Let me attempt to match your focus. It's opened. It's small, but enough to let something through. Be ready, Talia. This is good music. Oh. Never mind. You okay? Oh, there's more pressing matters at hand. Alright, fine. I'll kill the thing. Relax. There we go. It's been quite a while since I opened a gate between worlds like this. But there are some things we never forget, are there? That was far too much effort for such a small gate. On the contrary, this is your very first attempt. It's incredible that we succeeded at all. Now, try synchronizing your breath with mine. Focus on the rhythm of the ethereal flow. Alright, I'm ready. Ah, a larger hollow, of course. The void set may be proportionately stronger. Oh, one of these. Cool. Okay. Can I talk to them or are they gonna tell me no? Okay, fine. Hello. How are you? How you doing? You're that cool model. He's backslapping me. Oh my gosh, it's so rude. It's been quite a while since I opened a gate between worlds like this. Oh, okay. I never said that. Where your breath ends, mine begins. Where your aether flows, mine flows. Together. Oh, they've got the same color eyes. Oh. We've got World of Darkness music here. I love it. Unbelievable. Full attunement so soon. Be ready, Talia. Ooh, that's a cool model. That's a big one, guys. Why'd you have to summon the big one? Come on now. Oh, I don't want that. Did it die? Oh, okay, cool. Bye. Like talking to an old friend. Yes, that's what it's like. I think I've grasped the principle now. I only need to remember the feeling next time. I almost feel as if I do remember it. Your aether is familiar somehow. But that's impossible, of course. I'm sorry, what? Now that Tanner and I are capable of performing the necessary magics, I should like to make an attempt at investigating the conditions on the 13th. Might I trouble you to contact Becklug? Talia, are you there? I hope you've not lost focus on the void problem. I have an exciting breakthrough to share, a work of porksy-headed genius, if I do say so myself. Becklug, excellent timing. We've made considerable progress as well, and are ready to open a portal when you are. Well then, what say you meet me at Laxon Loft forthwith? It's far enough from any major aetherites to avoid sort of ethereal interference that would be a hindrance to our observation of the void. Very well, we'll see you at this Laxon Loft anon, or as soon as I can locate it. I'll lead the way. I too am eager to be one step nearer to our goal. You don't mind if I think of it as our goal, do you? I would be honored. Thank you, Taynor. Why can't we be friends? Gonna be friends. Oh my god, all the kids are making friends. Literally been Talia the friendship maker. Like, these patches. They should give me a title even. Talia the maker of friends. Friendship is magics. It's very true. We're gonna get all the friends together and they're gonna go into the 13th. I'm really surprised that I didn't just be like, I've been there. I should have taken that option, just been like, I've been there, it's not very nice. Oh well. I hate that this is a side quest. Oh, what other things have I missed out on over the years? Where are they at? Are they here? Ah, there they are. Hey guys. I can still scarce believe how quickly we've progressed. It's almost as if we've been friends all along. It appears Becklug has yet to arrive. Patience, Unukalhai. Oh, I can just cue us. Oh my god. A lot? Well, you shouldn't be here, Mouse. I know you've not done this. Spoilers. I hope you weren't waiting too long. What? You didn't think I'd want to see this for myself? The 13th was my home too, if you recall. I will. Bye. Quite. Though as I explained, we won't be the ones doing the seeing, strictly speaking. This familiar would gather all the information we need, assuming you two can create a hollow for it to pass through? Go, Piggo. That will do nicely. Now fly, my Porksy, fly! Oh my. Well, it's made it in. And something is coming out. Oh. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Oh, gross. My, that is an ugly one, isn't it? What? Where's the fight? Oh, there's not even like a real fight? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Dvalin. Not the Venthyr guy from Shadowlands? I don't know. I didn't make it that far. I finished the fairy stuff and then I just wasn't enjoying it anymore, so I stopped. You were easy. Okay. Those two really have taken to each other, haven't they? I suppose they are of similar age. In some ways, at any rate. We've already come further than I dared hope. I am truly fortunate to have found Taynor. As I expected, these creatures hardly pose a challenge to you. Maybe don't tell Sarek about how large and horrible that one was, though. Thank you for clearing that up. The Porksy ought to be back any moment now, though I can't sense it odd. Perhaps it's lost? If Talia created an aetheric beacon, as she did for me, it might find its way back more easily. That may work. Give it a go. Why do I have to do it? Why can't you do it? Why is it me that has to do it? Oh, I'm too far. Hello? There we go. Just like evil Porksy. Oh my god, yes, just like an evil Porksy. That's what I was expecting, just to come flying out. Keep at it! Ah, a distinctly Porksy-like presence. I see the snout. There we are. Now close that hollow before anything follows. Okay. I believe it has performed its task thoroughly as instructed. Good Porksy. With luck, its observations may indeed lead us to a means of driving the darkness from the 13th. However, I will need to review its finding in detail before I can tell you more, and it could take years to deduce a suitable solution. I'll admit I'm impatient if I win forward, but I have endured millennia with half as much hope as I have now. If I must wait, then it is what I shall do. Like Talia and your Warriors of Light, I will persevere until my world is safe once more. That is what a hero does. I think you'll make a good one. You as well. If that's the end of the excitement for the time being, we should head back to the Wandering Stairs. Clear out that pall of anxiety Sarek is probably spreading all over the place. Okay, cool. We will just teleport, because I'm lazy. Lazy. Oh, boy. Alright, then we need to go. Aethernet. No, that was the wrong place. Hi, Alea! Welcome in, Raiders. I think I went to the wrong place. No, I went to the right spot. Hi, welcome in. I'm Talia the Fox. We are finishing off some role quests in Shadowbringers. So if you have not completed... If you play Final Fantasy XIV, and you have not completed the role quests and the quests that come along with it, you should go find somewhere else. I love you and I'm glad you're here, but if you don't want to get spoiled, maybe find somewhere else to be. Yes, you are welcome to lurk and go pick up the kiddo. Drive safe. Lurkers are always welcome too. You've returned hale and whole. Not that I had any doubt you would, of course. And how did that search of your hollow go? We may have found the information needed to save the 13th. It may be some time, years maybe, until we can be certain. But I'll be here for as long as it takes. On that subject, I've been thinking. Would you be interested in joining us? As a bounty hunter, I mean. Sarah and I hunt down sin eaters and other threats. The first was saved, but it remains far from safe. You could help us protect the people here. I think I would quite like that, protecting people. If I can do that, then perhaps I will find the strength I need when the time comes. Strength, you say? Sounds like you could use a dwarf with a massive hammer. Is she a warrior now? Oh wait, no, I got that backwards. Don't mind me. I may have shared the tale of the 13th with a few other noted hunters. I know what it feels like to fight for something you've already lost. To need to find a way to make it right. And I know it's not easy to fight on your own, inconvenient as that little truth may be. Thus, a new team is born. This calls for a toast. I don't object, so long as this lot carries their weight. I'm a bounty hunter, not a fuka herder. The fuck is a fuka? Thank you so much, all of you. I'd be honored to fight at your side. I shall do my best to justify the faith you've shown in me, and to save my home. Someday I hope we can visit together. I love that it's like, you can have my sword. And my bow. And my beer mug! Friends indeed. Oh, that's awesome. I knew it. I knew it. You would forget it. What would I forget? What did I forget? What did I forget? Foxy, why are you coming into my chat and being like, I forgot something? What did I forget? Hang on, actually, let me read it. I'm glad Tanner's made a friend of his own age. Bit on the odd side, but aren't we all? Training like that was nice. It was never easy, even back then, but I missed it. Sweet. Oh, I see that the boys are still here. Hello. They're still just... Okay. Oh, don't fret so. I've already told Miss Olivar I'll be in the Crystarium for the time being. The opportunity was just too good to pass up. Think of what we could do with all of us hunters together. As far as it goes right now, I think you're right. I just wanted to talk to everybody and just see. So much caps. Oh, I did. I forgot stream this morning. I forgot stream this morning. I got up, I made a cup of coffee, I ate some breakfast, I set up for the stuff I'm doing tomorrow, and I was having a nice relaxing time, and I was cross-stitching, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, I need to stream, because I forgot. They're a good lot, the other hunters. They really care about Unukalhai and that saving that world of his. I'm happy to help whoever I can. Except for the drinking. Count me out on that. Oh no, grandson, I will pay money to see you drink again. Heck yes. Oh, that was delightful. I'm in for it. Like I said before, don't give a rat's patootie about any of the stuff they've been hinting towards what we're gonna get for like the expansion. I'm in for this. Let's save the 13th. Let's go. The other hunters aren't half bad at killing stuff, but we need to work on their drinking habits. Who drinks wine with dinner? Yeah, I love you. There is doubtless much I can learn from work as a bounty hunter, especially with Tainer as my guide. Are you just gonna... At loose ends, are you? You're welcome to loiter about here, if you intend to spend some coin while you're at it. Not that I'm not grateful for the business you've brought in, mind. The hunters are here even more often now that they're working together, and their accounts never go unsettled for long. They're a pain in the arse to serve, of course. Maybe I'll drop your name next time I need them to behave. Still, it's nice to feel like something grand is in motion again. Perhaps Ardbert rubbed off on me more than I anticipated. Oh, yes! Look at all this I can get. I drink wine with dinner. I know, right? Giot's just... Look, I made her Southern, and I feel like I should have made her, like, Cockney Brit instead. But, oh well. Still tending the bar, cleaning up after drunkards and Glynard. If this is the punishment you had in mind, I struggle to fathom a harsher fate. In all seriousness, I continue to use my spare moments to entertain patrons with stories of the Warriors of Light. And thanks to your recent exploits, it's never been easier to find willing ears. What's more, with no imposter walking about deceiving the masses, I'm now free to share my tale in its entirety, to speak the unadulterated truth. It seems I'll remain in my calling as a tavern wench for a while yet. Why, only the greatest villain of her day, the mysterious architect of countless tragedies all across Norvrent, who finally faced justice at the hands of the Warriors of Light. The betrayer whose defeat set in motion the events culminating with the Flood of Light. But you knew that much, didn't you? Before I took that name, I was known by another in the 13th, a shard all but subsumed by darkness. There I met with Ascians, who convinced me that the only path to salvation was to embrace the dark and journey onto this world. I had two objectives. One was to raise up heroes, brave and true, worthy champions of the light, Ardbert and the others. I would join them in the journey and shepherd them onto glory. Heroes need enemies to grow stronger, and so I sowed the seeds of discord. From Lakeland to Calusia, from Amarang to Ilmeg, I set in motion events that would forever change the lives of my comrades and countless others. My second objective was contingent on the first. I would confront the adventurers forged by hardship into warriors of light, and strike them down at the height of their power, ensuring that the delicate imbalance between the primordial forces would be preserved just so. But in the end, I failed. Interesting. Going to sleep. One more day till week off. Heck yeah! Night-night, Foxy. One more day. Ardbert, Lamet, Brandon, Renderay, Nilebert. These are all the names of the villains responsible for the Flood of Light, which nearly destroyed our world. Lies and slander, of course. They were as much victims of fate as any of us. They traveled the length and breadth of Norvrent, helping those in need, and for their deeds came to be known as heroes. But sometimes all it takes to destroy your reputation is a bad turn. And yet, despite everything that happened, they refused to give up. They cut a deal with the man in white and made one last desperate gamble. But you know that tale better than me, don't you? As I mentioned, we never met in our previous lives. Or should I say, while we were properly alive. This never gets less confusing. In any case, we fought to protect the 13th. But alone as we were, I can hardly say I know the details of his efforts. Only the regrets that we shared after. It wasn't too long before we went our separate ways to play our separate parts. Here we are again. One last chance to walk the noble path together. Who can say? Nice. Alright, that was actually really lovely. That was lovely. Do not care anything about Ooh Boy and his nonsense. Do not care. I want to go to the 13th and save it. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're in the process of saving the empty. I haven't done the rest of Eden yet, so don't spoil me. But like, I'm pretty sure that it's possible. So, and I love that they've like made Unukalhai, who's basically been sitting in the room for the past 5 years, relevant again. It's one of those things that like they're gonna have to make that, if this is gonna progress any further, they're gonna have to make that required as part of the MSQ. You know, that's gonna have to be required MSQ. There's no way around that now. Cause like they've already made the bit that you go on to the 13th. They made Crystal Tower required. So you already know about the 13th. You've already been there. So they'll have to make that required as well, I imagine. Interesting. Interesting. That was really good. I'm really happy with that. But it is nearly 8:40 here. Oh my goodness. I streamed a lot longer than I intended to. So what we're going to do is we're going to find